Dream, because this program started on the 9th of November 2009. Okay, so we started with the netball team, and then I just went in the street of Greenwell Matongo in Windhoek. It's also a town like Riashi.
Township,
Yes, so and I just went and asked the girls, is it possible if we can start netball, because I see the kids were just playing in the streets and all that. So I decided, okay, fine, let me see what sports I can use to start this. So we started with 50 girls. 50 girls were interested, and we were.
That was netball.
Netball.
Why did you choose sport instead of any other type of engagement?
Okay, and when I did the research in Greenwell, those kids were more engaged in sport. Their most interest was in sport.
Okay.
So then I personally was not a netball fan. I like volleyball. But when I tried volleyball, but when I did the research, most of them were interested in netball. And the fact that I also have a bit of a netball skills, so I decided to become their coach, because then I was 22 years old. Okay, and then the aim was just to get one group, but we end up with 3 groups because there were 50 girls. And then I went to the Olive Primary School. I spoke to the principal. Yes, then, and I wrote a letter to her, and then we were practicing at the school.
At that school,
yes. Okay, and then before we start, we will usually do first the motivational speaker, because that is the aim why I chose this kid. So I have a strong Christian background, so there is a scripture in the Bible that talks about plans. God has greater plans for us. So I chose Jeremiah 29 verse 11 for them, because it talks about future, it talks about destiny, it talks about good life, and it talks about take you out of harm. So why I chose this scripture is because nowadays kids, they are into drugs, they are into teenage pregnancy and all those things. So I was telling them, if you focus on this scripture, you will live your dream. Okay, fine. And then the success story out of this first group is that one of them is a nurse student. Second year nurse student is doing accounting.
Okay.
And as a dropout then, my dream was to become an accountant. So at least I invested my energy for somebody to become
to realize your dream.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like it's an achievement.
Yeah.
So we cannot dream forever. So there must also be a platform for the dreamers.
Yeah.
So we expanded later to certain things. So in Handysby, when I went to Handysby, then I expanded to after school care. After school care is when I realized in Handysby the kids, why after school care come in is that the kids that I spoke to were more younger, and they were interested now in dance.
Yeah.
So that's how the Handysby group is dancing group.
Oh, okay.
So
the Windhoek was sports and the Handysby is dancing.
Group.
Okay.
So
but can you dance?
Yes, I'm a very good dancer.
Oh.
Yes.
What type of dancing?
My favorite dance is hip hop, because I like to break down.
Okay.
But I can dance different types of dances. So I also, when I saw kids and they are hot dancers, and I was a little bit upset, so I went to College of Arts and I asked those ladies, since I work with you, to train me. So Miss Lydia and the other, her team mate, they trained me, because I needed to write a letter to the sports, a Ministry of Culture, Sport, and then I also took some of the kids for certain instrumental studies. So we enrolled like keyboard, guitar, and drums, and all those things that I needed. So I took those kids, and they were going, and they got trained to become instrumental kids, because in Kwepasan we have registered a music school and a studio. So we are trying to live
so
our
that is
dream.
part of the business now.
Yes, so we are trying to live our dream. And also
what does Kwepasan mean?
Kwepasan mean be self-motivated.
That
So-
is the Maranama, right?
Yes. So
Okay.
if you are in Kwebasen, you don't need to be pushed to do something. If you say, Lucia, I want to dream, and before we used to dream. So for those ones that came in 2009, we were dreaming. That's why I tell them keep on practicing. Just keep on practicing. Now it's not time to be at the Dreamers platform. For us is to I will do the administration. For those kids that started with me in 2009.
Yeah.
Those ones, they will, if we have to do things, they will only do it after the launch for the first time.
Okay.
Because I told them, keep on practicing while I'm doing the administration. So this
Okay.
is part of the administration
Okay.
to showcase what we have done. So this launch is about showcasing what we have done all these years.
Okay.
So the Handis by Dance group, we will dance before we start doing after school care. So then we were at the SME center
In Hentisburg.
in Handisby,
Okay.
the main one.
Okay.
So we were dancing and then we were doing schoolwork.
Okay.
Dancing, schoolwork.
Okay.
And
Is there any relationship between your organization and the local authorities like Hentisburg Municipality and Windhoek Municipality, or you are doing it on your own?
When I was in Handisby, I was not really very, how can I say it, not having that knowledge about how important municipality and all that. So I was just doing from home.
Yeah. Okay.
And most of the things, the only time I realized is when I was launching, because with the dancers, with the after school care, that's when
you
sharing
launch.
community comes in. I launched it on the 11th of February 2017. So I was told by someone, actually it's my auntie, Lucia, when you do this type of things, you need to involve the local authorities. It's very something important. What you're doing is very beautiful.
Yeah.
So I wrote a letter with my hands to the mayor, because he told me you need to consult the mayor, and I did not know who is the mayor, and I just wrote and go throw it under his thing. And the most interesting thing is that he came. So he also came and motivated us.
Okay.
So that was the success story out of it. Okay. Then I was motivated now again to instead of just doing it group by town, I decided let me invite different towns kids and come to Handisby and come and learn. That's how the Greater drop out was formed. So now that's where the Dreamers platform came in. I wanted to train those kids to dream together with me,
Okay.
so that we can do this community service together, because since they did not make it into grade 10, I was motivating them, because they were staying with me daily and tell them you can still become you. Doesn't matter you fail grade 10, because I failed grade 10 3 times.
3 times, yes.
15, 16, 17, I was still in the same class. But to Jeremiah 29 verse 11 that I heard somebody give it to me, it has caused me to go to grade 11. That is why Jeremiah 29 verse 11 is so important for the youth, for me. So then I did with them, and the interesting success story that came out is that after writing NAMCO last examination, one of them got an A in geography.
Money so silly.
Yes, and it was the most,
fulfilling, yeah.
Yes, saying, and the person actually that God is the one that nobody thought that he would do it. That is the most thing that is like wow. That was my wow. And then we had also seen history. So for me it was also a wow, because it's history, and history. Every business has a history.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we had D's. All of the subjects had D, except accounting and mathematics. They did not make it.
Yeah.
Yes, those are the failure part of the story. Okay, fine. And later on that I understand, one of the parents told me my daughter finished grade 12. Oh, that time she said my daughter is in grade 12. So by now I'm sure she has finished. So it is also part of the successful story. And out of that, where computing coming in is at least couple of kids in the Dreamers platform went and got trained by American Embassy, and they got a certificate. So it was a success story. That's why we were motivated to come to this level. And about the youth, since I'm a community activist also, but my key focus is the youth empowerment. I'm a youth activist. So why I decided to involve other business women is I realized these kids are too much for me. I have about 400 youth. Some are now having babies, and now I'm even a grandmother.
Are you a grandmother now, Lucy?
I have grandmother because my kids, I have give birth. So, and I'm like, I will not be able to do these people myself. So I decided to call on the radio. I went on the radio and I called women around Namibia to come and join Kwebasan, to network with me, so that if I finish empowering you, then you must empower your society. That's how the business empowerment came. Okay. This presentation that you see was done in 2015. It says Unstoppable Woman. Because I realized in life it was so difficult to accomplish this task. So I had to come, that's where the Prophet 31 comes in there. Prophet 31 means, it talks about a woman of virtue. So that is how the business woman, a woman of virtue. And the kids are the Dreamers platform. Okay, I'm not done. So 2015, when I was in Hindustan, I discovered I really need women to work with me. I went to the south in Marienthal. I went and trained women from my grandmother's house. About 7, I think we're 9 together. So I train women to be strong. So as you see, the presentation starts there. Then we talk about what is an unstoppable woman, because I need to explain what it means. And then we went to qualities of an unstoppable woman, because you need to have qualities. Then we went to cannot be surpassed. And then we went to unbeatable. And then we went to a woman of virtues. Okay, now the topic is starting because it's the theme. Okay, then we went to 7 tools of becoming a virtuous woman, because you need to have tools for you to succeed in life. And then we got the health, and then we have the service, then we have the finance, then we have the homemaking, then we got the time and beauty. Because, okay, number 16, 17, and 18, they are missing. I'm sure because the books were too many. It's in the Bantu group books. So it is a continuous thing. But this Unstoppable Woman was just in introduction. But the key thing is still coming, because now I have gathered enough women, so they need to be trained in this. And after training them, then I have to call the consultant, which is you, and the accountant master. They are from on their company, and then now we have to, for the woman to understand business. After, because without this, they will not understand the business. So then after that, when they are successful in business, at least if the community asks for sugar, they'll be able to give sugar. Then, of course, it comes back to Kwebasan. Why? Because Kwebasan have realized we cannot do this by ourselves alone. So we need to partner up with other business owners and institutions. And why this has been a success without money is because we focus, this is our key focus. Welcome to Namibia, a sustainable at every corner. So we want to make sure that we are partaking in the sustainable development goals which the country has adopted. So we don't
what does a sustainable development goals? What does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me. Why? Because really, to be honest, my favorite one is the energy saving part. Okay, why I like that one is because we need to save energy in different ways. if I buy a combo, for instance, I want to come back to food. If I buy a combo which will cost me $550 at Metro, this money is a lot of money. So I must make sure that this combo must last me till end of the month. Okay, then I have to pay rent, which will cost me probably about a ghetto starts from 1,000 and up. It's no longer $500. So I need to pay my rent. I need to pay my electricity. Okay, so it means that I must live within my means. So why I like the goals, because it means that I should not go beyond what I can afford. I should not, if I buy this combo, I should not misuse it. I should cook in a way it must last me till month end. So I empower women and say that once upon a time in this season of helping people, I've realized the way for a house to be sustainable is when you buy them a combo. Then you know there's 10 kilo rice, 10 kilo sugar, 10 kilo maize meal, and flour, and then you have also sometimes cooking, or sometimes a package of how do you call this, chicken. So you have made all. You know what I mean. So for a woman to be wise, she must use the skills of a virtuous woman, for her also to contribute to the sustainable development goals. Okay, then we go to water. Okay, water is something that we have to, because water at municipal is very expensive. So we have to minimize the use of water. Like me, since I don't have my own place, I call this is my home. When I wash my daughter's clothes, I use the same water for 3 to 5 days. Now I have discovered how the water doesn't get stingy. I put in jig, I put in surf, I put in all these necessary things, and I put a lot of stay stuff, because every time when my daughter is doing the number 2, I cannot take new water. I just use that water, and then what I do is I put them. All that she's using for 3 days, I put them and I wash them out, and then I hang them. They don't smell. Okay. So I'm there. When people say, Lucia, why do you do that? I'm trying to sustain it. Because it's not my house. I cannot misuse water. That is what I'm trying to. Before I do
contribution to the sustainable
goals. Okay. Then we have electricity. Electricity is also part of the sustainable development goals. In electricity, we have different type of bulbs. So instead of getting the one that takes a lot of energy, those things that we call volts or whatever, and physical science many years ago. So I have to be I must go to the shop and see which one is best. And that will keep me not to always go and buy electricity. Electricity is out, electricity. Then I must also use a stove that is sustainable. I cannot use a stove as the people that live in the Ocean View. I must use a stove that how do you call it? Two plate plug. I'm a renter. It's not my house to come and make a big house in another people's house. No, I must live according to my rules and to the sustainable. That's how also we are developing as marginalized community to the sustainable development house. People say, I'm hungry. But what do you do with the means that you are provided? That's why it's very important to partake of the goals, to teach people about the sustainable goals that the country has adapted to. That's how we will also eradicate poverty. I have learned in community service. Maybe you can give somebody combo. 2 days after, they will tell you, I don't have food. Then you wonder, but what happened to the combo? So then it means before we give people food, we must train them also to partake of the sustainable development goals that the country has provided. So that's why we have to. These ones are staying in my house. If you come in, you will see. If you go out, you will see. So if you're interested, why is these things too from every other, then you will go and see. Oh, this is what they mean, and you will come and ask me, what does it mean, and I'll sit you down. So it's also part of always motivating people daily.
Okay.
Okay, then we'll go to early childhood development. Early childhood development is something very close to my heart because once upon a time I started a preschool at the same time when I started this youth empowerment, because I'm a jack of all trades. I do this. These people will wonder what this Lucia actually doing, because they will not know my heart is too big and it fits all.
Yeah,
so
the body is so small.
yes. So I was like working with Plain Patcher pre-primary and daycare. It's where I started my Christian journey. Christian Faith Impact Ministries. It's where I started my Christian journey. Christian Faith Impact Ministries, CFI, sister co-founder, Reverend Margaret Wallace is from Zambia. So she has developed so much in me, and I was like, this woman has done so much to me. What will I contribute to the success of the church? Because I must, as a community, when you get something, you must also give back. So I have decided, when I was at that time a church secretary, like doing the church work, I read that preschool is also like, Pastor Margaret, can I try this? And I tried and it worked. But it took me 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Because I was just having, every year I had only five kids coming. And I'm wondering, why is only 5 kids every year coming? Then I went
Because you are not marketing your school.
So I went to this one place and why do you have too many kids and I only have 5 kids? And she gave me the training. So it's a lot of work. So I went to I went and write everything I did, and I like it's expensive. Okay, fine. Then we networked with someone. The reference is, and then they provided the means to set up the preschool, and then she.
Where was the school? At the church or at a different?
No. According to the church, it is a center.
Oh, okay.
So the church plan is the site, and the youth and the school center is the site. So it's a big plot. It's in Korehab Dam 1804 the earth. So it also gives it also gives soup kitchen and so on. So I was part of the preschool. I volunteered to make this thing happen. So I left when they were 25.
Oh.
Yes, so I was motivated. So that's where consultation come in now. I'm like, so I can do it. Okay, fine. Let me motivate women. You can do it. You can do it.
So what happened to the preschool now?
It's still on. It's just COVID-19. So I'm like, okay, fine. This school, because last time when I heard they were
who's running it? Who's running it now?
Still the church.
Oh, the church.
It's for the church.
Okay.
So last time when I heard they had kids up to 100. So
from 5 to 100.
Yes. So I'm wondering. These days I was wondering because I'm actually also just studying my daycare. So I'm the preschool. That's preschool is also under Kwebasen. Why? Because I motivated it. So whatever I motivate, I keep it. So when COVID-19 started, I was wondering what could have happened to the preschool. So when I go to Windhoek, I'm going to revisit after a long time. I left that preschool in 2014.
Oh, okay.
So I will be going back for the first time.
That's the time when I went to Windhoek. 2014, yeah.
So I will go back now and say what happened after.
And what about these apps that we are talking about?
Okay, the apps. Oh wow.
Where did the app come from, and what type of apps did you do, and how did you do the apps?
Okay. Like I said, we Kwebasen, we are actually ever others from Triple F will understand where my dream is. When she called a youth meeting, I also used to go with my youth, and then there was a topic: what is your dream? What do you want to become? What is that thing that you want to become? And then I said, I want Kwebasen to become a app one day, like a programming app. I don't want it anymore to be just going people's houses, but one day I want it to just be online and we work from online. So that was the thing. But then that was my dream. Okay. So after years, when the computing dream got strong, I asked, I met Professor Anisha Peters on LinkedIn, and I told her, please, I have this youth, 38 years.
The assistant vice chancellor of UNAM now.
Yes.
Okay.
So I asked her, I have 38 youth.
So you know how to use your LinkedIn, eh?
Yes, that's why it's LinkedIn.
What?
So I told her I have 38 students that are drop out. So since I'm a computing college and my plans did not go very well, can you come and have workshops with me? And then she was too busy that year when I was in Handysby. So after I came from Handys and my business was low and I was wondering where do I start, and my dream still wants it's my heart. So she like, hey Lucy, I'm ready to come. They're like, do what? What do I have now? I have nothing. Like, okay, but then I said I'll go and ask because the kids are back to their places. So I said okay, but I'll try to gather the ones in Erongo and whatever. So and I had to run around plan the workshops. She was doing her stuff. She asked me the business proposal, but this time when she asked me, I had one set up.
Ah, okay.
So like, oh wow, this is how a business proposal looked like.
Yeah.
You know the one that you the one I sent you was just what I was doing. Idea.
No.
I didn't know that was this idea.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so
Yes.
she was like, wow, this I like, and she came with a Muhoko Society at NAS. And then they did the thing with us. So, Madam Josie, I call her Madam Josie, she was the coordinator of the project that they were doing with us. This project was fully sponsored by Take Up Inclusive Cooperative Innovations at NAS. That's why they are here.
Okay.
That's why it's called the Technology Innovation Ambassador 2019. So this was the first time I went and showcased this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So they came and then they collect data, which I've also collected the data already. That was on my books. So they collected data with the Swapo, Windhoek, and Walvisby. You've unfortunately this by group could not make it, and Ochubingwe and the Garibe and Omaruru people could not make it. But if they cannot make it, I represent them. So we did the first one on the 15 and 16 February 2019, and when they went back, it was successful. So the second part was done in August at Walvisby, because there's NAS. They were now implementing
That
it.
was in 2019.
Yes.
But what are the names of the apps?
The app one is homeless app.
What does it do?
Homeless app. Initial idea is to help the homeless. And teenage pregnancy app is, you know what it means. And then we got the firefighting app that is also involved when people's houses are burning. The way I used to go and say, so what happened? So in future, if all of them are implemented successful, we will just ring.
Then it goes to?
Yeah, and it goes to the fire brigade, and they come and rescue the people. I actually like that one because it's more saving life than any other. And then we have the fun study app. Fun study app is I like it because at that time when people were okay fine, because when the people come, also younger ones come. So Madam Joanna, she was also supposed to be with us today to do some other logistics. She could not make it. So she is from she's having coding kids, I think something like that.
Oh, okay.
So she codes kids from younger age.
She teaches kids to do coding.
Yes, or from younger age.
Okay.
So she was also part, so they come up with fun study app to keep the kids busy while the other ones were implementing the program. That's how fun study app came, because they were too young, like 3 to 4 or 5 years. They
were all those ages were also in your group or part of the decade.
At that time, the key focus was on the dropouts. So already the kids from
the kids have kids, they have babies.
Some of my kids that have babies were not part of it, but these kids were brought by others. So since we accommodate also early childhood, remember there was a preschool story. So God is so good that He created also a platform
for them,
so that all the things that we have done has been achieved. So that is the interesting thing is homeless app went to the national level, whereby we were also part of the bazaar, the bazaar of NAS in May, I think.
Okay.
And then we were showcasing that at the ICT Summit.
ICT Summit,
But this is the ICT Summit of 2017. Why I put it there is because that I went and started networking. And that at that time he was the minister of ICT Summit. So this is Sharon Community College, because that time I was looking for networking with the ministry.
Who was the minister then?
To be honest, I'm having pronunciation problem. That's why I put his picture here so that he can be identified as that. But writing I can do, but I cannot write now because I'm doing the talking.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so that's him and me, and Master Mitri, the business coach for Lucia Aochamus and Kwebasen. He's the one who introduced me to so that's how we took a picture together.
So you have a coach?
Yes,
Okay.
Master Mitiri. Till today, please don't ask me his real name. It's in the books, but I programmed Master Mitiri, and I thought in the beginning I thought it was his name. So I was Master Mitiri, and somebody said, "How can you call a teacher master?" Like, oh, okay, so Mitiri means teacher in Osherero. So I didn't know that. So I was like, Master Mitiri, Master Mitiri. Yes, and so on. Oh, okay. So that's about how we network. And then to our surprise, Tech Hub had an opportunity for us last year. Now for the youth. So this was first for the business. Now for the youth, Tech Hub made an opportunity for us to go and showcase our app, the homeless app, at the international level at Ministry of ICT, whereby we got a certificate, which is named the homeless app certificate that I'm hosting. If you don't mind, I can show it now or later. We have that one. So that is the achievement. That's why we call it the achievement. So why we decided to launch now is because we have achieved
so much
more than that certificate we got. So now we can say, hey, well done, Lucia. So this is now the graduation day, so that we can start work. Because we were in school. We were in school for 12 years. So now we are graduating,
so that you can start.
So that we can start working. So that was the initial plan. So we just want to say thank you to everybody that was part of us and is still part of us. And we want to appreciate the work that the president is doing. And I want to shout out to Startup Namibia, because Startup Namibia plays a great role in the business industry of Lucia Aochamus. Because Startup Namibia is giving Lucia Aochamus always opportunities to be what she is. Like Sharon Computing College is standing today on a notice board from being on the floor. She's now on notice board. Recent being Startup Namibia say, hey, even startups that are affected by COVID-19, hey, apply. And then Honorable Gebhardt, Anna Gebhardt from African Women Empowerment Program, she aware the ambassador. She say, Lucia, hey, apply. And I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. Just apply. And then I went to one of the key. He's having an internet cafe. We do mostly the same type of things. I like to network with people. We do the same. So I went and applied at his center. And then I got on 25 September 2020. I got a email that said congratulations. Sharon Computing has been successful to get a grant of $15,000.
Nice.
So that is a success story why it's on the notice board. Due to some few things that the businesses went through, we could not get our money on time due to business account being shut down. I had to reopen another one, and money has probably rebound, so they are sorting out that. And we just want to say thank you to Startup Namibia, and if I'm not mistaken, he's the minister. I think I'm a little bit out. He was also a minister there, I think last year. I'm not sure if it's still the same because things have changed. In COVID-19, I did not do much research about it and so on. So I want to say to Namibia, thank you so much, because Ministry of Trade and Industry has done so much favor to Kwepasen and Sharon Computing College to still believe that empowering the local marginalized group, they can do it. Why? Because I am motivated by Ministry of Trade and Industry to be what I am today. Why? It's through the Ministry of Trade and Industry I went to Hong Kong.
Huh?
Yes.
When did you go to Hong Kong?
18.
Oh, and you didn't tell me.
Lucia. Launching day, you will hear the stories. I must keep some things, you know what I mean? For this day, so that you're like,
good.
wow. So it is a success, you know what I mean? And it was my first time to fly. And it was my first time, and I went with the ticket, the plane, Qatar Airways. And I was just playing with white. I feel so white too.
Why do you feel so white?
You know what?
I just was human beings.
No. What that means for me, white are also black, and blacks are also white. It's just about the heart.
Yeah, the heart.
Yeah. So what I feel so like a business class lady, and you know it was so nice. Everything was nice. So when I went to, I flew through Doha. It is a beautiful place. It's so huge. I thought Namibia Airport was the biggest. So when I went, oh my goodness, that was the most big one. I'm like, huh? No, instead of eating on the way, I'm like, I'm not gonna eat. I will get lost. I don't know this plan. I must go.
You were on your own, or you were in a team?
Lucia, first you go alone.
Oh.
Yes.
Oosh.
So I flew to Hong Kong with all these books. Because this is the school, it's the school department, it's the business department. So there was no place, so I had to flew a lot of books. Some are in the suitcase, some are in my. And then when I came at the airport, I said, some things you must remove, but I cannot leave this book. This book must go because I did not have the laptop.
Okay.
So I took it. I put it in a bag that a friend of mine brought me from Germany. So I put it in that bag, and then it was books this side. Heavy. So there was no time to socialize to anyone. It was business. So I went. I arrived safely, and then I went and meet the consulate of California, Mr. Guerrero, and we were negotiating about, had a beautiful meeting about Kwepasen Villiers here, because we met at Hilton Hotel through this.
My goodness.
Minister of Industrial Trade. That is why I cannot leave Namibia alone. Why? Because Ministry of Trade and Industry, they are the ones who caused me to be able to start doing my business. It's registered. So they are the ones who call the ambassadors and say, hey, you go and talk 15 minutes. So I did not know even nothing. Mitiri said, Lucia, go to Hilton Hotel. So I just went, I claimed the taxi, I went and I said, Mitri, you know most, I don't go alone, I must go with my team. But I'm not going, since it's Hilton Hotel, I will just take one. So I said, Oma, you said you want to become a millionaire, let's go to Hilton. I don't know what is happening there, but let's go together. I said, Oma, dress your dress. I will not dress too much. I'm a hustler. That's why you say, I'm not dressing too much, I'm a hustler, I'm still hustling. So I went. When I went, I'm like, huh? Shaking.
Why?
Because it was ambassadors from America, different England, and what, like, huh? Mitiri, hey, fire! He said, cool down, talk. I said, sir, your English is too much, but I can show you this is my work. This is what I've done. And the interesting thing is, now it's even very old because every time I was showing, it's now old. So this was the first woman the first woman that I went on air. we had attendance. We are 76 women. And our guest was Minister of Defense, the social worker. Ms. Silongo came to talk to the women about the importance of kids, because now it's I need a social worker to make these women understand why is it important for their kids to be part of such programs and so on. And then we also were favored to have someone from the Prime Minister's office, Master Franz Kauset. They were very nice people. I have people that understand the heart of youth, the heart of Namibia. So it's not to take over since they only. It is. I'm just reporting it openly what we have done and so on. So we went and talk. Lucia, okay, I hear what you're saying, but do you have reference? Huh? What do you mean by reference? I want 5 references, because I only knew about CV reference, school. You mean I must put my
you
teacher?
learn business pro. What is it? Business plan? Now you are learning reference, business reference.
And like, sir, you mean I must give you my teacher's reference? Lucia, no, this is business. I mean, accountant must write you to see if I need a reference from an accountant. From that, you said must you launch, so that person must write from me
The report.
a reference. Then a pastor. Okay, sir, don't worry. But do you even, where can you give me? I said, even now, but can I at least give you 1 or 2? I said, yes, I give this, just like these ones. It's here also, they work with me always, and they were emailed, and they write me references. Hey, that's how I end up in Hong Kong. It was not easy.
Oh.
That's why I like the person. When you are determined, it takes you higher.
Yeah.
You even go to Hong Kong. I went under the sea with the car. I was shaking. Lucia, no, now you're under the sea. I'm shaking. I'm now imagining the movies I watch. I went under the mountain. I'm shaking. I'm not wondering, what if this mountain falls and what will happen to my family in Namibia? I forgot I came for negotiations. No. And I went to the highest towers. I'm like, huh? It was an amazing experience.
Yeah,
but when I came from there, I thought I knew a lot. But then I'm shaking. This is real things. I need seriousness. I need serious people. These people that are making, I need to empower more. Then I just, battle against battle, poverty against poverty. So we are battling poverty. You know, when 2 dogs fight, you cannot, because they are both dogs. So you cannot. So the only way to fight poverty, irrigate Namibia, is to fight poverty against poverty.
Yes.
So how do you fight poverty against poverty?
Tell me, how do you do that?
Now it's about tackling the mind. Yesterday it was the youth day, so we talk about the positive thinking. So if you think positive, whether you are hungry, you will realize you are full. Why? Because you are thinking positive that you are full. That is how to battle against hunger. That's the secret. You only hear these things in Kobasin. So that's why Kobasin is very important in Namibia. So that's why poverty, we are battling poverty against poverty by positive thinking. And how do we do positive thinking? We need education. Without education, we cannot do. That's why when I could not afford to take everybody to be educated, I decided, let me create a platform for the dropouts. Let me go register. And then they come for free even. If they cannot pay, then I hustle to see how I can help them. That's how I try. And my try, was a difficult one. But it was a success. You know what you're talking about. You drove all the way from Wolfies by and you came and talked to those people. So you know what I'm talking. You don't know. You know.
I know, yeah.
You went and talked to more than how many people? 50 something.
50, yeah.
And they were like, wow, now I can send my children to Wolfies by. That's how it started. Weberson likes this. Before she does things, she talk, net market her own ways. And then she said, come and hear. So we were marketing this Weberson. Now today we give everybody opportunity, come and hear. And then if they are not there, Weberson continues. Because when my accountant asked me, Lucia, these things that you are talking about, how many years do you want? I asked, sir, I want this. In fact, when I went and registered Weberson, I forget this. It's a CC. He asked me, how do you want this? Until when do you want this? I said, sir, even if I die one day, it must continue, sir. Because this is what I want. He said, He told me, Lucia, in fact, this is not easy. It's a lot of money. I said, sir, how much? I don't have that money, but I will say, just keep on going. I will hustle my hustles. And then Kwebasen is now an NGO. It is registered.
So you are an NGO?
Yes. Kwebasen is an NGO. And Sharon is a... That's why this one...
Sharon is a what?
CC.
It's a CC, okay.
Yeah, because here it's business. Here is okay, you will understand. You see what I mean? Because one thing I've learned in business is every business is supposed to give back 10% to the society. So Sharon's 10% goes to Kwebasen. Because why? Because when you just give people like this, people when you give money like this, there's no accountability. So Sharon Community College accountant is Kwebasen. Because I wanted to become an accountant. No, I cannot become an accountant, so I did what? I created the platform for accountancy.
But why are you not becoming an accountant? Your dream was to be an accountant. So has that dream fallen away, or is just something that you are suppressing?
You know what happened? When I realized this thing, I need to accounting. When I went to New Tech, there was a college named New Tech. I don't think that it's existing anymore. I went to accounting. So I heard about you. They said accounting is full. I said, okay, then what is the IT? I was like, oh, okay, computers. Okay, fine, it's fine as long as I'm studying because I need something. So I end up at the IT.
Oh, okay.
Then at what I wanted. But then later I realized IT is not really a field that you have to stay in. It's something that has to come in. Get your mind and go back to. Because so I've realized, I asked one guy, why did you go and study doctor while you were after you have done IT? He said, doctor was my dream. IT is just a wheel to my dream. It's like, oh, so I must go back to my accounting. Okay. No, to my accounting, I have to redo some subjects because I how do I call like I empower youth. Don't jump a stage. I don't want to jump a stage. I actually I was supposed to do a NAMGO this year, grade 12, to upgrade. I never had economics, so I need to do economics in order to understand. That's why my business is struggling. I discovered with the training that we are having, where I'm also halfway online, is that when the guy was training me, he said, Lucy, you lack economic skills. I'm saying it's true. So then I realized, oh, it's true, because I never had economics at school. That's why I'm struggling. I had development studies at school. That's why I'm into development. I had business studies at school from grade 8. That's why I'm very good in business. So I am going to do economics grade 12 NAMGO. I'm going back again to NAMGO. It's for open learning. So I'm going back. So first I was at most NAMGO also with grade 10. So this time I'm going back with grade 12. So I'm going to do accounting because I think I did not do much. I had
But how old are you now, Lucy?
I'm 33 years old.
Oh, okay. You're not that
I'm still young.
You're not that old.
I'm still a youth. But the problem is I only have 2 years. So I must go to NAMGO and pass. So that I can go and study, and I'm studying as a youth. Because I don't want to study as an old woman.
Don't worry, I started as an old woman. So
that is the secret behind. So I'm going back to school next year, trying to work, and then later on, this one, she will be on the notice board, the Sharon Community College, until I get a proper work, proper what, and then I can see how I can do it.
Okay, that's good.
In conclusion, that is what it's all about in Kwebasen. Lucia Aochamus, the flying wheel through Sharon Community College to help the dream. Because Kwebasen was never going to be Kwebasen without that one. But one thing I've noticed is that we surpassed that one. And then we just jumped to this one. But when we come back, this one is the main one. That's why Kwebasen never has a bank account.
No. Why?
Ah,
It's an NGO. You should.
it is an NGO,
Mm.
but Koibasen cannot meet all the requirements yet. I'm still missing 2 parts to get grants.
What is that?
To be honest, when I wish I could write the 2 things I miss out, because Koibasen already qualified to get grants from Commonwealth in 2017.
Mm.
But the problem is we missed 2.
What is that?
I don't know. I have to reply. I don't know whether I wrote down, because there are certain 2 papers, but it has to do with accountants and 1 or whatever 2 papers that are missing. The others.
So it's the financial.
Yes, it's a financial. Why? Because I don't have economics in my life.
But then your accounting officer should be able to assist you.
No. The accounting officer.
Mm.
I told him I'm coming to you, but I didn't know that this is very important. So I wanted to come to the accountant when I have money, but I didn't know that the accountant must help me through to get this money.
Yeah.
So I have learned this. So that's why I say, hey, on there. Sharon Computer is going through to my job. So I'm coming with my book so that you can see where I went wrong. So that's how I am going to him. So we were supposed to do this together here.
Okay.
But due to some unexplained an emergency call, he had to go to his hometown.
Where does he come from?
The north.
Oh, okay.
Something happened Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many kids, how many youth and women do you have under Koibasen and under Sharon and any other type of
Okay.
intervention?
Like I said, these whole books that you see here, I have to update them. Why? Because they are last minute entries, so I have to count all so that I can know. But I will still go at the 400 children and 400 youth and 300 business owners.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a good
So
number.
we are in total 700. Why I did not remove the ones that never communicated with me, because when people are like, that Koiba said every year we go, but there's nothing happening. But when they hear about Koiba said got just 3 trillion Namibian dollars, I'm going back. I was Lucia Aochamus, she likes to write, so I would just ask her, ma'am, you see, Sylvia Kluter, here I am.
Yeah.
Then they will come out. So that's why we keep the data.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So is it a membership type of NGO or it's just an NGO too?
No, this one is not a membership type of NGO, because we are working to eradicate poverty.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Who are the trustees of that NGO?
The trustees
Of the NGO?
The NGO, Mr. Benner Hiskia, Mrs. Let me just check in the books. Everything is there.
Okay.
So the board of directors, everything we have.
Okay.
But since it was a field work, I am just representing this is what. But we got everything in place.
Okay, the governance structure is in place.
Yeah, the whole thing is in place.
Okay.
The only missing part is the profile. Why?
Okay.
Because 2018 I managed to talk to someone who is very professional in that, and due to the fact that I was too busy in Erongo and the person's inventory, and then some of my documents are still with him, and things were not really the thing that he said he did. It never wanted to open in my files, and then that stick is also lost.
Oh.
So that is the missing part.
Okay. We can check that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
With the pictures that you have, and then we take it from.
Yes, and the pictures. I always like to keep the business still around.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That is your whole business case.
Yes, this is the business case.
Okay, that's good.
And if you are someone like Lucia, seriously, the chalks are in here, and the sewing things are in here.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a sewing kit.
So, and then you also see the work that we have done all these years are in here.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
if you go here, whatever you want, you will find.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
No, it was nice talking to you. Any final words?
In conclusion, I want to say thank you to the team that stood with me. from day one to the last, and then also the team that after the businesses fall down. I'm talking about now after the businesses fall down. I'm talking now from now the community. I'm talking about not the big ones, because they really tried their best. UNAM did their part, NAS did their part, IUM did their part, AIMS did that part. So AIMS also, AIMS owner was also there. He provided me with the books and so on. So education really did that part. So government has did that, but I just give a testimony about a Ministry of Trade and Industry and Ministry of ICT and the rest of the ministries that really help. So in conclusion, I want to say thank you. Weberson has attended about 40 workshops, 40 workshops by other people, and we could not do much workshops, so we did less than, I have to count, but I think last time when I gave my report was we only did about 11 to 12 our own workshops, whereby people came to us and we did, but we had 40 workshops done by others. That's how I could not afford to do this, but when I went to workshops, I realized they give you a book. Like this book, I got it in Hong Kong. It was a meeting book, so I didn't need to buy this. This I got. This diary I did not buy. I got it at the SME conference. Yes, that was me and one lady went and pitched. So we got that. So life was easier. So I tell people, if you don't have money, just attend workshops. Then you get everything you need. Some of the sticks you get
for free. With the information.
When you open the bag, you are like, huh? A memory stick? Huh? What? So ICT, I also got a stick, and climate change, I also got a stick. So it was easy to do my work now, because many things I got for free. And even these books. Once upon a time, we were together at ICT Summer, so I got a book, and I like, because of green. I like green, so I was like, wow, can I please have this book? But can you do me a favor? I have a lot of green. So can I please get few of them? And then they gave me. So I tell the women, look, I went and hustled for you, keep this book. So this time I said, hey, please, can you help me with books? So I just want to thank Green Enterprise Solution. It's a software developers for contributing to the success of Weberson, to contributed their books for free. They gave 40 books.
Oh, okay.
So we take this as a reward. We attended 40 workshops, so we were given 40 books. So I went, and the books arrived on Thursday morning from Ventura. So I went and took it from their office in Swakopmund at the industrial site. So I just want to say to the director of Green Enterprise, thank you so much for motivating me to keep on, because when you give somebody a book, it's like you are giving somebody a journey to their destiny. So this is the book that these women have to keep every time when they are stuck. These notes that they are going to be trained, they must always go back to their training and say, oh, okay, this is what I've learned, and then that's how I have become what I am today in this journey I have worked. Because why I tell them you must write is because sometimes in life, like the training that you give in Ventura that made Ventura women to cry, they have become better. I was talking and talking, they did not understand. After you came, hey, women of the word, when we go to workshop, that used to work like this. When we go now, they're working like this. I'm like, huh? I'm like, okay, Jesus. Now so they needed you. You understand what I mean? Because after you, we went to another level. It was not. We are not part of. Every year we get invited
to women in
Namibian Women's Summit.
Ah, okay.
We are to that level.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And the topic was nurturing dreams.
Reaping.
You read.
Yeah, reaping success.
Yes. So we were talking and talking and talking. It was the 13th. This was the, okay, let me see. If I see, 2019 one.
Yeah.
I was also part of it.
Okay.
So, she's the wheel behind.
Anna Gebert, yeah.
Yes. So, Madam Anna Gebert, I cannot stop thanking her because what I am today is part of what she has played. Because she is the ambassador of our African Women Empowerment Program. Whereby Kwebasin is also part of it.
Okay.
Because the first year when I wanted to attend, it was $4,500. None of my women could afford that $4,500. And the day when they were attending, I was crying. People were asking, why are you crying? Saying, I was supposed to be at the ICT summit because I wanted to see Honorable Monica. I've never seen her before. I cried. I cried and I cried. And then later, after the whatever, I think, because I realized before somebody help you to go, first you must win their things. So then after their summit, she invite us. Lucia, I see you wanted come to us at American Embassy at the boardroom. I said, are you serious? Thank you. But can I come with 15 women? And I went with them. Let's just, because I like to reference back. Come in, please. So, I just a moment, because this is conclusion, because I need to thank everybody now. I want to start with Honorable Gebert Women. Okay, on the 20th of November 2017, we were privileged to attend African Women Empowerment Program. So it was after their conference in August. I could not make it. None of my women could make it. So we were part of it. And then for the first time we went and met. I like to work with people I've never met. First we talk, because I'm very good at talking on air. Because when I talk my brain. And they said, hi Lucia, so it's you. The same way when we're talking, when you see me like, huh? It's the same. So from them, the other year we attended the Namibian Women Summit. And then the other year we attended, so this was supposed to be our third year to attend the Namibian Women Summit in Swakopmund. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, municipality was the one that was hosting the willing. Yes. But due to COVID-19, it did not take place. So my women of Swakopmund did not really get the feeling of the Namibian Women Summit.
It's coming.
But it's coming, you know what I mean? It's coming. But, you know, I like this. When I go to summits, I'm normal Lucia. I'm Kwebasin.
Oh.
Because I need to attend for these people that behind me. Those ones that will be stillborn. Yesterday when we were at the youth, this young lady motivated to me. When I tell her, you know, the year she was born is what I did something. Say, that year it's me who was born. I say, yes, so that you can sit with me like this today. So I was motivated. You know, when somebody gives you a compliment, I get motivated. That's why I like giving compliment to people, because I know that person will be motivated. Okay, so we attended on the 20 November 2017 the African Women small workshop like this. And then from there, Lucia, you can come with women. Imagine, the summit is, you can come with your women. They can even pay a $300 from $4,500 to a $300. From $300 to nothing. So last year's one, $3,000 we didn't have, but 9 of us attended.
For free.
For free.
That's
But it was not free. Somebody paid for it. So I tell my people, listen here, it's not for free. Somebody paid. So if you don't come, I will not give you the opportunity again. Because I have a lot of people in this group. Because when you there, I call them. That's only when I call. I don't call to my things. I say, are you coming? Somebody paid $3,000. Make sure you come.
You are in trouble.
Yeah. So that is how I talk. I love women. I don't disrespect them, but because I'm the director, I must remove the shoes of a youth, and I must work at the shoes of director, because directors, they don't laugh. They're straightforward.
Yeah.
Like,
why should they be straightforward?
Because if they laugh with them, they will take them and put them here, there, throw them around, and they want them, the business will collapse. That is the reason. And they don't understand that.
Ah, okay.
And some do, but some don't. So that is the reason when I am
train them, yeah.
When I'm a director. That's why I am the director for social work. Then I'm too nice with them. But when it comes to business, I tell them, listen here, it's not community service now, it's business. So since I was doing everything, I was acting everything. So now Mr. Bernard Hiskia, a very businessman, one that can talk a lot of languages. I cannot talk. He can speak Oshero, he can speak Damara, he can speak languages. So I have learned in community services, you must know languages.
You must know your customers, yeah.
Yes. So he will now do I said, that Mr. Bernard Hiskia, I have done my work. This is for you. So it's him and the accountant now. So now the big people will talk. The youth must get out. So now I will go in, study so that I cannot do 12. Imagine something I could have done in 1 year. It took me 12 years.
Yeah, no, it is. But at least you didn't lose hope.
Yes, and then also the one group of people I can not avoid thanking is also the SME conference 2017. It's the micro small businesses in Namibia. SMEs. They give you platform to pitch. So 2017, about 12 of us attended, and then about 3 were given the privilege to pitch their businesses. And now we must be very silent because we lost a member that was also pitching there. The oldest lady in the group, Oma Maria Kluda. She passed away in COVID-19 time, but not of corona. She was bombed by a car on her way to do her business selling cakes. So it was the most painful thing that happened to the Kwebasin Empowerment Project.
When did she pass away?
This year.
Oh, okay.
July.
Oh, okay.
No, June. Okay. Because it was nearby my birthday. So unfortunately Kwebasin could not do much. But we could only gather $1,000 together. So we could only give $1,000. But like I said on the notes, Mukhasikal should not stop because the owner died. I told the owner, the daughter, listen, your mother was training you, so you must take the Mukhasikal. So I like this Mukhasikal, you know why? The Mukhasikal betekent what?
Tired of
Struggling. Yeah. So now the mother has Mukhasikal. So the daughter must not Mukhasikal, even though the business will still be Mukhasikal. She must start living. So her person will always go and say, hey, are you still selling the fake cake? Because they're the unique story. For you to come at this level, your idea must be perfect. So they had this beautiful story about the fake cake. They were the first people. I've eaten a lot of fake cakes in my life. I have eaten a lot of fake cakes in Namibia, but their fake cake was different because it was having a recipe. But I cannot give it away, it's not my business. I can say they have a recipe. Okay.
So she has passed over that recipe to the
yes, and Kwebasin will protect it for her.
Okay.
I will say, hey, this is Oma Maria's dream.
Yeah, no, why are you not copywriting it?
Kwebasin only got to know about copyright now. I like it when you ask me, I didn't know about copyright. I didn't even know that before you hand in a business plan, you need to copyright. I'm learning. That's why I'm saying we were in the school of learning. Okay. So Kwebasin only know about these things of copyright. And you know what? Like I said, the people that coach me, it's not that they did not. I never give them time because when they are planning to talk about business, I'm busy with the youth. When they want to talk about the youth, I'm busy with what. So the work has been done.
Mhm.
So now that the work has been done, now I will go and learn so that I can do the things right way.
Okay.
Because I will do, like, I like what Master Franz said from the Minister, Lucia, you have good stuff, but the problem with you do the thing that it was supposed to come last first,
First,
and
yeah.
the first last. I'm like, sir, but you know what? I'm left-handed. What left-handed? What do you expect from me? Just help me.
Left-handed.
Yeah. So that is the thing. So we want to give also a woman of action of development. What?
What? Yeah.
Because they played a beautiful role in Kwebasen Empowerment Project. Women for Venture Group, they were privileged to be trained by Watts.
Mhm.
And I'm sure Watts doesn't just train. After they train, they do some few things. So due the fact that I'm in Swakop, I don't know what is happening because I need to go gather all the reports. So I cannot say further in that, but I just want to say thank you to Watts. In fact, the Watts, I went to them, they trained me in person, I went to their office, I spoke to the director, they give me a lesson, a big long, it's related in my books, and they have told me how, that's where I have learned we need to have a trust, we need a board of directors. So because of what, now I understand why those things are important. So that's how we are now launching. Why? Because everything about Kwebasen is in order.
Okay.
So thank you to Watts. We appreciate the director and the full team, because if I say one person's name, I might forget the person that was also working. So I'll just say thank you to Watts. Woman Action for Development.
Yeah.
So we want to say thank you to Watts also, because they really work hard for this business to come, business owners to today have some of them the knowledge about how to sew, how to do, because late Oma Maria was so excited. Oh, Lucy, I'm so happy because now I met him for free. She was dancing like that because that's all I know. She told me. I'm like, oh wow, nice. So I'm happy for Watts, because I don't have those resources to give, but the trainings I don't have, but they did. And I also want to thank you, the person now talking to, since because when I want to thank you, I want also you to be in your own video. So somebody must help you to take the video now. Okay, then I will just thank you like that. You're just like me. Thank you so much. She's the professional consultant, not me. I was just doing the hustle way. So, in conclusion, all the protocol is observed. Everybody that I did not mention, because now I'm getting excited and time is running, I will say salute to everybody. Everybody that has contributed to the success of this project. Master Gabriel Hintinta, thank you very much. Professor Anisha Peters, thank you very much. Madam Josie, thank you very much. Professor Heike, thank you very much. Madam Helen Afrikaner, thank you very much. And the whole protocol is now observed. Thank you.